Alright guys, so what I've decided to do today is refill our AC system with some refrigerant on our M2. So let me show you and take you through what I'm actually doing. I'm pulling the vacuum. Now let me explain something about this system. This is not your typical R124 system. This is a new system. It's called R124YF. They changed this. All the new cars come with the system right now because of all the regulations, the environment. So this is less, I guess, less harmful for the environment. So what you need for this system is actually a special set of gauges. Well, it's not special. The gauges are not special itself. The fittings are special. The regular R34 fittings do not fit on this system. These have a little bit different attachments. Aside from that, I mean, all on the gauges it just says R1234YF, but the measurements are all the same as on the other gauges. So if you had a set of manifold gauges, all you could buy is the adapters for the hookups, and you should be ready to go. Everything else is standard on this system. Now what we need is, when we look under the hood, you need about 550 grams of refrigerant in the system altogether. Plus you need to add the PAG oil. Now let me tell you, this refrigerant is not cheap at all. Right now, regular refrigerant, the R134, you can probably buy a can for about I would say $10, $7. Now they make this in a can as well, except this can costs about $40. So and this comes with this is an 8-ounce can, which is about 226 grams. So you actually need 3 cans of this to fill this system, because this needs about 550, give or take 15 grams. So we're gonna be aiming for 550. So 2 cans make about 452 grams. So you need another about 100 grams, which is about 3.5 ounces of refrigerant to make up 550 for the system. Now let me show you how I'm gonna figure out how to put in the exact amount of refrigerant into the system. Since I said that this can already takes 8 ounces, I mean it is 8 ounces, so obviously we have to empty it. So is the second can. Now with a third can, let me show you. I have a scale here, right? I put the can along with the valve attachment on it's a full can with the valve attachment on the scale, and this weighs in about 14.3 ounces at a full can. So I need about 3.5 ounces from this can. So I'll have to once I'm on the last can, I'll have to kind of open it and then close it, and then check the weight of the can and see how close is it to about 11 ounces with some change, give or take. So that way we could reach our goal, which is 550 grams. I'm about to have this run for about an hour and a half. Make sure there's no moisture in the system. Make sure it's nice and sealed, and then we're gonna take it from there. I want to mention something about this tap on the can. These are not your regular taps that you could buy at the regular AutoZone parts store or the Advanced Auto Parts for that matter. These cans have a left-hand thread, so your regular tap will not screw onto these. These are actually pretty readily available on Amazon. You could pretty much find anything these days on Amazon or eBay for that matter. I actually got this on Amazon, and I got the gauges on on eBay as well. So if I find the link, I'll put a link down below in this video where you could buy these gauges, and you know, you could do this at home pretty much. They're not that expensive. I think they're about $59 if I remember correctly, or maybe even cheaper. So that's pretty cool, you know. The vacuum pump, actually I rented that out of the AutoZone, the Rent a Tool program, which is basically go to any AutoZone, tell them you want a vacuum pump, you pay for it, use it, and then if you're done with it, you return it right back and you get your full refund. So basically the rental of the vacuum pump is free. So to sum it all up, as far as costs go, like I said, you need 3 cans of these, so that's about $40 a can. So it's about 120 bucks. You need a set of gauges, which let's just round up to 60 bucks. So that's 180. And then this cap is about 10 bucks. So 190 all in parts to fill in a R124YF system. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, most important, the PAG oil. This actually depends what you're doing. Like in our situation, we did not change the compressor, so we do not need to refill the full amount of oil into the system because the oil did not leak out. We just changed the condenser. So system takes about 4 ounces of this oil. So I'm probably gonna put in about a little bit over an ounce just to be safe. You don't want to overfill that as well. So you should not put more than 2 ounces if your compressor is you're not changing the compressor. If the compressor is brand new, it has no oil, you have to put in the full amount. So yeah, I'm gonna continue have this pull the vacuum, and we're gonna start filling it very shortly. So we got our vacuum pulled. I actually let this run for about 2.5 hours. Usually that's not needed. Hour and a half is totally fine. And I actually, today is the next day. I actually let this sit overnight because I had to run out yesterday. So I let this sit for overnight. As you could tell, the gauge has been hooked up all night and the needle did not move. So our system is leak proof, so that's a good thing. So all we have to do now is turn the car and hook up our new refrigerant can, this one, R124YF, with our little tap can valve, and we should be ready to go. Otherwise, then the special refrigerant and the adapters for the hookup locations for the new system, it's a standard procedure like any other AC. As I mentioned before, I'm gonna add some oil, just right here, to the line, because you just want to make sure that there's enough lubrication in the system. Again, as I want to mention, if you replace the condenser along with the compressor, you definitely need to add the required amount for the vehicle of this oil. But if you did not replace the compressor, then I would say add about ounce maybe and a half, no more than 2 definitely, because you don't want to overfill it into the line. So so there's enough lubrication. But this stuff, unless it leaked out, this stuff that does not evaporate, so it's in the system if there was no leaks. So let me turn the car on. Okay, so we have our can hooked up. I'm gonna open the valve. could hear the can open. And now I'm gonna open the high side. The AC is on in the car, and let's open the low side, sorry. And you could hear the system filling up. You see the compressor has kicked on. You could tell the system is filling up. Like this can is almost done. You want to rock it back and forth, make sure all of the close that now. All that is closed. You want to get the second can. So I filled all the cans. Well, the 2 full cans and partially the 3rd can. Like I mentioned before, I stopped recording because it's just too hard to hold camera in one hand and try to, screw these adapters on and do everything at once. So let me just go over what I did. So I filled I emptied those 2, right? These are 8-ounce cans. The system takes about 19.4 ounces, which is about 550 grams. As you could see right here, plus or minus means it could be either 15 grams above or 15 below. So that's your working range right there, that you could went over or be under and you'd still be okay. So these 2 of these are 8-ounce cans, or 226 grams, which is 452, and 3.5 ounces, which is left over, 100 ounces, 100 grams that we need to add. I took away from this can, and what I did again is I measured at the beginning, and then I slowly emptied it, and it was at a little less than 14 ounces before. So I actually let some refrigerant out before, so it's right now it's at 10.2, so like roughly about 3.5 ounces were dispersed into the system. And according to the readings, everything, while the car is running, the pressures check out okay, and the temperature inside the car is ice cold, so everything went well. I'm happy to say this wasn't a hard job to do. It's just much more expensive than your regular R124 for a refrigerant. Like I mentioned before, 3 cans cost about 120 bucks plus the oil, which is another 20, so that's a 40. Then the manifold set or the adapters, that was 60. So you have to factor in about $200 that you have to spend on this system if you want to fill it yourself. But it's a great saving comparison if you are taking it to the dealer. I was quoted like almost $1,000 just to refill the refrigerant, and for a fraction of the cost did it myself, and everything works. So yeah, so hope this was helpful, and I'll catch you soon.